Okay, say I was going to play all the different ways I might try to play this lick. 1, 3, 5, back to the octave and back. As triplets, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into. There are so many ways to do that. So we could try and do it all on one string or move notes around. And so we want to explore what those ways are and then eventually learn inversions. So all the different fingerings for the inversions you will find in the PDF and or in the book Guitar in Theory and Practice. But let's say we're doing a G minor and we could put them all on one string. Maybe a tap. Maybe move the first finger. Maybe try to shift the pinky. That one's kind of rough. Now we can maybe bar the pinky to get to the D string after that. 10, 13, 17 on the A, and then barring to get 17 on the D. Maybe I'll do 10 and 13 with the left hand, but then the 17 here I'll do a tap and tap. So we could do that. A lot of times I'll hold the pick though, and I'll use my second and third. So tap with the second, then tap with the third on the D string, then tap with the second on the A, and do pull off. That's a cool way to do it as well. You could always try alternate with all these different ways. We could then maybe do 2 notes per string. Then go to the 12th fret. After 10 and 13 on the A, go to 12 on the D, and then 17 on the D. Maybe I'll do it with more legato, hammers and pull-offs. Mix it up. That's another way to do it. It's kind of tricky. Then maybe we'll do a hammer on, 12 to 13 on the A, D string 12th fret, and G string 12th fret, and then back. That one sucks. Any fingering you want. See, that one's really hard to do, but then if we move that second note from the 13th fret of the A string to the 8th fret of the D string, do your basic kind of triad shape you see all the time, and then bar, kind of like Jason Becker would do it. That one's a lot easier. So that, or you can use your third finger. Either way. And so that one's pretty simple. Then you could do, to get, that one's simple to master to sound as fast as you possibly can. A lot of the others take more practice. You could do a hammer and then tap, so we're only using 10 on the A, 8 on the D, 12 on the D, and then 17 on the D, and then pull off. Learn to get, look at my right hand, learn to get that right hand motion. I like that, and that first one, maybe that first one, 10, 13, 17, maybe I'll do a slide. Forgot about that one might be cool. And then the last one's kind of like just like Yngwie kind of sweepy 3-string sweep thing. So 1 note on each one of these strings and then a pull off from 12 on the G to 7 on the D. So 10 on the A, 8 on the D, 7 on the G. If you need me to hold your hand through these notes like Marty Music or something, fine. 10 on the A, 8 on the D, 7 on the G, 12 on the G with a pull off, right? So, and then 8 on the D. And then maybe 1 note per string. That could be down, 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 up, up, up. Or down, 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 up, up. But that one's really nasty. Also, a lot of these are good to use, maybe like find ways to, I didn't talk about any hybrid picking techniques, but I don't know if you guys want me to do that. You probably don't, but A couple of those were really good to use with hybrid picking, but I'll leave that for another time. So each of those types of ways, say you did the minor one, make sure diminished, major, augmented, whichever the type of arpeggio it is, you can do that. But we'll have to learn how to do this with not just starting on the root note, but learn how to starting on the third and the fifth of the whatever arpeggio. So the shapes will all be different. That's why we have to memorize all the different shapes that are in the either in my book or on the PDFs and stuff. So like if I was doing this one, I could do different G minors by going which any one of those techniques we should be able to do that with, and you should explore which of your techniques are you best at and can apply for major, minor, diminished, augmented arpeggios and be able to run through those. Those are just a few basic examples I'm thinking of off the cuff, and I'm using G minor because I'm sitting here scrunched up and I look up and here's a G note, right? But I should be able to do that on other strings. And that's the other thing too, when we're starting on these other strings, sometimes there's, and the other thing is don't just go like, that's what most of us have a tendency to do, and that doesn't sound very musical, does it? Maybe it does, I don't know. But we want to make sure we hear 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and that sound and accent. But I was saying if I start on the D string, due to the tuning of the guitar with the B string, some of the fingerings are different. That's what makes learning these so frustrating, because it takes so long to memorize all those fingerings. But we can use that to our advantage because the fingerings are different. So some of the ones where we had to do something really weird, we don't have to do that weird thing anymore, and it can be easy. We need it to be, it just intuitively, we will go to the right fingering for the technique that we need to hear. And if we need to do a slide or a hammer-on or want to hear tapping or something like that, we obviously will know what fingering we should use. So there's a lesson on 1 octave arpeggios using triplets, just kind of going up and down. Thanks. Okay, I was editing this video here, and I see there are 2 ways. One standard string skippy way, and that I played but I didn't explain, and another show-offy way. So let me show you these if you could see this here. The one way we were doing here was, here's your G minor. I think we were doing G minor, right? Or major, I don't know. There's G minor, like 10 on the A, then a hammer-on from 8 to 12 on the D, then you go to the B string. So we're skipping the G string. That's why they call it string skippings. Crazy theory stuff. And then we come back and we do a pull-off from 12 to 8. Right? So we go 10 on the A, hammer, 8 to 12 on the D, 8 on the B, and then a pull-off from 12 to 8 on the D string. And that was that one. We could use some hybrid picking if you want. Either these 2 or pick twice, and then maybe use one of these. But I know I'm not getting into too many of those. We could do finger style is good for that. But just with the pick, you could use however you want. Down, up with a hammer. Down, up with pull off maybe. That way the hand could just kind of go back and forth. But anyways, fine. And then the other way is where we're going to hit 10 with the right hand. We'll tap with whatever finger of the right hand. Then we'll do 13 on the A to 17 on the A. And then we tap. We'll flip our hand over and tap on the 22nd fret. So 10 with a tap, then hammer 13, hammer 17, tap 22, pull off 17, pull off 13, and then we're back. Something like that anyway. Without using open strings, without getting into a lot of hybrid picking, and just starting on the A string, those are a lot of the ways that you'll find people are able to do them very fast. Find the one that you're able to do the fastest and cleanest, and go with that. Also consider signing up for the Kevin and Buck Online Guitar Academy at usaguitarlessons.com. Thank you.